Much like they've done with the comic book movie, Hollywood has pushed another genre almost to the breaking point. Animation has become one of the surest bets at the box office, which means suddenly it's not. And to add even more pressure to the situation, with a category all their own at the Oscars, animation studios need to have all their bases covered. The situation is so serious and so much is at stake that Pixar is taking off the entire year to get their house back in order. Meanwhile, Dreamworks Animation continues with their full-court press, releasing 3 movies in 2014. That means 20th Century Fox, which just kicked off their distribution deal with Dreamworks Animation this year, will release 5 animated movies in 2014, thanks to Jeffrey Katzenberg, Blue Sky Studios, and Guillermo del Toro. And Pixar isn't the only animation fat cat sitting it out this year. Chris Meledandri, whose Despicable Me 2 is nearing $1 billion worldwide, will also be absent via his Illumination Entertainment. Ironically, he was just named the recipient of the Producers Guild of America's Visionary Award for 2014. Apparently he is envisioning a break, as it was recently announced that the Minions movie has been pushed back from Christmas 2014 to July 2015. Smart move though, as that's when the first 2 Despicable Me movies were released. So what animated movies are set to battle it out in the all-ages arena? Let's begin. Things start out small, literally in January, with The Nut Job. This is not only newbie distributor Open Road's first animated flick, but also their first family flick. Will Arnett, Katherine Heigl, Liam Neeson, and Brendan Fraser round out the voice cast for what's basically the bank job with Vermin. I hope Liam Neeson gets to say Vermin. Then in February, get ready for the Lego Movie to take Hollywood by storm. The toy giant already dominates on its home turf and in direct-to-video content, but now that they've partnered with the duo behind not just the first Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but also 21 Jump Street, well, that should ensure that they hit multiple demographics, which is when the animation genre really shines. Channing Tatum voices Superman. All the other movies should just get out of the way. Later in February, interestingly, we have the exact opposite of the Lego Movie, as Hayao Miyazaki's final film, The Wind Rises, comes to the United States. And he's going out with a bang, as the politically charged film about how World War II changed Japan has angered all the right people in his native country. But Katzenberg isn't looking to offend anyone, unless you don't like it when dogs adopt people. That's right, move over Brian and Stewie, it's Mr. Peabody and Sherman. The Rocky and Bullwinkle segment gets upgraded to its own silver screen adventure, but who here would rather see a Brian and Stewie movie? Sorry everyone, but live action has claimed Seth MacFarlane. But perhaps Rio 2 can cheer you up as Blue Sky Studios looks to rebound from Epic, which wasn't so epic. Like the Fast and Furious franchise, this budding franchise also benefits from the Latino audience's strong support. The first flick had fantastic musical numbers and is sure to not disappoint the second time around as Bruno Mars, Kristen Chenoweth, and Rita Moreno join the cast. Next, we hit the summer movie season and perhaps the surest bet of the year, How to Train Your Dragon 2. While the original flick was a surprise hit for Dreamworks Animation, since then Hiccup and company have built up an Avatar: The Last Airbender-like fandom. Get ready to realize the kind of opportunity you squandered, Nickelodeon. But hey, there's Disney Pixar making a fool of themselves to cheer up Nickelodeon. Aww! Disney Pixar just managed to clear the takeoff with planes, but are they pushing their luck with the sequel? Then in September, animation darling Laika returns with the Boxtrolls and more controversy. Their teaser trailer celebrated families of all shapes and sizes, quickly making headlines. Can Laika reclaim their Coraline glory, or are they getting to be too much like Aardman for their own good? But if you think that's the year's strangest animated movie, think again. In October, Guillermo del Toro sets his sights on animation with Book of Life, where he's producing a love story that takes place during the Mexican Day of the Dead. Man, Pixar just can't catch a break. Will they still move forward with their own Guillermo del Toro-less Day of the Dead project? RealFX Animation, yep, the studio behind Freebirds, is handling the animation, while Channing Tatum lends his voice to a second animated movie in 1 year, joined by Zoe Saldana, Diego Luna, Eugenio Derbez, and more top Latino talent. Next, while the Latino market is surely covered with Rio 2 and Book of Life, we get our first Asian-centric mainstream animated flick with Big Hero 6. This is also Disney's first animated Marvel film, and an excellent first step in possibly, and finally, incorporating anime into Western entertainment. Oh boy, every fanboy and fangirl has their fingers crossed. Then finally, for Thanksgiving, Dreamworks Animation gets in one last animated film for the year with Home. Based on the acclaimed children's book, The True Meaning of Smekday, aliens try to take over the Earth, but one teenage girl proves to be a problem. That teenage girl will be voiced by Rihanna. Kinda love it. Jim Parsons, Steve Martin, and Jennifer Lopez co-star, and the flick is directed by Tim Johnson, whose last gig was the 2D animated Sinbad, which tanked at the box office, but I really enjoyed it. So that's the animation of 2014. Do you think Hollywood is overdoing it, or do you plan to see them all? Write your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.